Hello, welcome back. Last time I got a strawberry and then had to get it again. Now, there is just one left in this level, so this should be the final time I need to come here. Alright, quick review again. Interrupt left, go right. This part I didn't understand. Feather through there, that looks really tight, but it's probably going to be not as bad as it looks. Duck dash, dash over here, reverse, hyper, wave into ultra, crouch dash, jump, corner boost jump, neutral on that probably, this funny thing, reverse on that, wave dash there, that's probably a reverse super I would say is gonna be healthiest. Wave dash, crouch dash, ultra, and there's the strawberry. Okay, looks pretty short. Yeah, right, that's too high to jump for that. You know what? I'm gonna do that properly. There. That's the way to do it. Oh, what is the timing on that? As soon as I can. Now, what is the timing on that? What the... Wait, I didn't... okay. Okay, well, whatever I did there worked. It was a little confusing. I need to interrupt faster. Just pretend those spikes to the right aren't there because I think there's no way for me to hit them. Okay. Crouch, crouch, yeah. So I can just do all crouch dashes, don't need to switch buttons particularly. Except I need to interrupt that one early. So the point is to do that early. Okay. Okay, so learn to aim for that. Gotta turn a little tighter or like add some more curves to what I'm doing maybe. Why is that so confusing? I don't know, it's just it's a weird spot. I can be very passive with bubbles or I can be active like this. But I can't be passive with crystals. Oh, I do want to be passive with that bubble, that's for sure. Yeah, I need to go down slightly in that middle part of the S. Aye. Backward S. I did, but then I didn't do the right thing afterwards. Alright, this is gonna confuse me a bit. Like that, okay. What did I do? I'm not sure. Yeah. Why? I don't know, just like, there's something about this. That was a yum yum. This is just way more intricate than it looks. It's hard to explain. So I'll just have to assume you can see it. There we go. Let's do it fast. Okay, so one more chain on the ultra there. Yeah, just do it fast, somehow that's easier. Then I need to crouch dash at an appropriate time, so figure out when that is. Yeah, just do it fast. I guess doing it fast is easier because my issue is I'm not interrupting early enough. Doing it fast makes me interrupt earlier. Whoops, that's not a... That's not... I don't chain again. Too many. Ah. Man. Ah. Hup. Okay, so hup. Oh, that I didn't press all the right buttons. Okay. Now, if I'm not stuck in the pause menu, maybe that'll help. Beerp. Okay. Hup, 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 hup. Ah. I didn't have enough speed. One of those ultras wasn't very ultra. It's just something confusing about like the difference between 90-degree and 45-degree turns. And that's when I'm not even in the feather. Okay. Yep. I need to slow bubble there. I really need to just slow bubble there. Like, I can't handle just doing it fast, always. Not that I can handle this part either, apparently. Again, it's just, it's harder than it looks. Hard to explain why. I pressed the button, but a little late. Yep, gotta curve that S down more. Curve that S down. I still didn't press the dash button. It's kind of important to do that. I don't want to curve there, probably. Better to do it right here. I have room. I did press the dash. Okay, I need to start holding climb earlier, because the having to do that in the middle of everything else is what's messing me up. When? Let's do it now. Alright, just gonna hold climb the whole time. Because just having to think about when I have to toggle that on, it's too much. Like I've talked before about how the climb button surprisingly complicates things a lot. I don't really want to hold it the whole time, but I think I have to. I suppose I could go to the settings and invert, but that'll just mess me up much more. I don't know, let's try learning to hold when I need to. Won't get better at it if I don't practice. No, it's too much. Like, there's too much else going on. I cannot have that extra motion on my controller. It has to be stationary. So I'm just holding it the whole time. My crouch dash didn't crouch me low enough, I guess? By the time I get past this part, I'll have forgotten what comes after. It'll be very funny, as I'm sure it always is. Turns so tight. Gotta artificially tighten it more. Well, I pressed all the right buttons, but I didn't have the speed for it. Sure. Nope, that wasn't a duck. That was the wrong button. Ha! Still no good. I'm not getting the speed somehow. Am I doing my ultras badly? That would feel like it would be the implication. So maybe slide on the ground for a bit longer. So maybe some of them are coming out as wave dashes. Whoa. Or, like, do that from farther left or something? Right, no, that's not what it is. My speed gets normalized. Wait, if my speed gets normalized? That must mean I'm just not far enough left when I jump off of this? Okay. Anyway, the rest of that doesn't look so bad, in theory. I did it. I didn't do the other part, though. That's fine. I should release the climb button after a certain point. There's just a whole chain of weird, awkward things. That was too low, I realize. Okay. There we go. Now, okay, okay, so it's definitely not a non-neutral jump that I want there. But yeah, to neutral jump, I do need to release the button. It's just, why is this such a big deal for me? I can't even explain it. I mean, I can say a few things, but I don't feel like I can fully explain why pressing down my index finger and unpressing it, just like those two isolated actions somehow in the middle of this chain of inputs, just makes it that incredibly much harder. But it does. It's how it works for whatever reason. And yeah, again, I can't invert because I do need it unheld for the neutral jump later. Yeah, so quality of ultras doesn't especially matter. It's the quality of the crouch dash after the ultras. Or the lateness of the jump out of that crouch dash. This one, yeah, but then I need quality ultras to get there deep enough in the first place so that I can do a quality air hyper. Right, high quality. There we go, there we go. I'm still not doing that part early enough. Okay. High quality. I'm here, okay. That was an ugly neutral, but it worked. Okay, so wave dash, ultra, reverse super, hyper, crouch, air hyper, ultra, then probably a right dash. Okay. Alright, so the air super, reverse air super takes me farther faster than I expected. There we go, okay, getting better. Not that much farther and that faster. Okay, almost. Quality. Oh. Quality. Yes, but then that was terrible. Quality. Nope. Got that rhythm at least, in theory. How do I figure out that timing? Well, keep doing it. That's my strategy. Maybe I can pick a reference point of sorts. Just, like, imagine where I'm gonna want to be when I, Okay, let's try that. If I'm doing a reverse air super... Yeah, I do not want to turn that into a hyper. That would be a mistake. Reverse air super. Okay, it's as always, it's the mushrooms. Be where the mushrooms are, and then wave dash. Then be ready to air hyper, ultra, dash right again. Then, I'm going down, I'm interrupting right. That's kind of tight. Going right, interrupting down. Okay. Got it? Quality. Good, very good. There we go. That was the first time I actually felt in control of that. I did the right thing and I did it on purpose. Both at once. Whoops, not there. Whoa, that was almost good enough. What's happening there? I'm too late? Or my direction is wrong, or both? Okay, got that rhythm. I'm too late or my direction is wrong, or both. So focus on tightening up that ultra. Whoa, I'm not holding the button there. Now I am. I fixed it. I'm good. Tight. Right, but don't forget the next step. Yeah. Really? I'm surprised. Oh, well, wasn't ready for that. Okay, go back to how you were. Things were good. Can they be again? Eventually. But for a little while, they're not going to be. Let's make that while very little. Okay, that was a record. Just remember to press the crouch button. Crouch button dash. Yeah. One of those. That was not an ultra, that was nothing. Oh boy. Nope. It's just funny how the script in my head just kind of deteriorates so quickly. Just the thing to do does not stick around. It just crumbles as soon as it's constructed. That almost worked. Like, I'll have something executed perfectly, then the next time I do it, it's just as if I've never seen it before. I tried to press the right button, but I failed to actually do that. But the attempt brings me closer. Okay, I was getting ready to try. Okay, yeah, knowing what that feels like helps a lot. I pressed the right button, other things went wrong. I think I'm wave dashing from too high. Yeah, I'm wave dashing from too high. Could I, like, take the time in the air to... Okay, how much room do I have there? Enough. After a reverse super... Yeah, okay, I guess I want to pull back and just kind of stop in the air and line myself up for that hyper. I don't actually want to, but I think it would work well if I did, and could, like, actually have the coordination to do that. Because, yeah, otherwise I'm just kind of at the mercy of my jump height, which would be uncontrolled. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Okay, so take a little break in the air. Great. And that's a wave dash into air hyper into ultra. Wave dash into air hyper into... I might need my thumbs to get some practice with that gesture. Let's practice by doing it. Whoops! Wrong way. Okay, so hang on. So that's a wave dash into air hyper into ultra. Wave dash into air hyper into ultra. Want to unplug the controller? I sure do. Alright, I'm doing it. So I'm at that bubble. Reverse super. Take a moment. Wave dash, air hyper ultra. Got it. Okay. Plug in. Oops, there we go. Alright. It helps. It's useful practice. See? I at least input the right thing, but I was either in the wrong place or dashed too early. Too early. I suppose another thing I could do is keep a second controller on hand so I don't have to unplug this main one, but I don't know, unplugging's easy. About as easy as picking up another one off of my desk. I do have another one that's roughly the same shape, not actually the same model, but could work. Oops. That was the one I used to play the non-fan-made version of this game. Whoa! Now retired because it kinda wore out. Not the parts of it I use for this game, though. Like, it would still work fine for that. Other parts of it wore out. Oh, I didn't get my hair back. I was too low, maybe? So I can wait a bit, but not that long. Nope. Yeah, I gotta start doing that later. I'm doing it, well, I need to undo having started doing it too early. Dang it! I've decalibrated for that timing and I don't know how to undo that decalibration. Not like that. There we go. Wrong aim. I tried. I didn't try hard enough. Nope. Well, that was closer. Nope. There we go, Okay, I touched the strawberry. That's something. Wasn't going fast enough, though. There we go. Alright, so I need to do that, and done. There we go, level finished. And you know what? I'll even do this part again. No, I won't. That's right, that's the same thing that happened last time. Okay. Okay, return to lobby. Do not save, because I'm going to do something here. 5 strawberries. I just want to show something real quick that I spotted. It's in the first room. First room? Second first room. First room that is the second room. Hey, get out of the water, please. Okay, so that's... I need to... There's a little lit up spot. Is it not in this room? It is in this room, just a little farther in. Just want to try a route that I didn't try on the way in here, because I've noticed that it exists. There's a shiny lit up spot right there with pink crystal particles in it. So if I'm at the right height, theoretically I can feather and go straight to the right and I guess skip this whole bubble deal? So it's an extra risky way to go faster there. Not sure why that exists, but just, you know, if you want an alternate way to show off your skill, you would do it like this, maybe? Is that, like, extra tight or something? Wait, do I want to defeather? Maybe I want to defeather. Can I... How quick can I defeather after feathering? Like, just cancel the feather instantly. How quick can I defeather after feathering? Immediately. Okay, so do a crouch dash out of the feather. To the right, immediately upon entering. I don't know, that doesn't work. You heard the crystal, so I did collect it. There we go, I did it. So yeah, I could just go straight right into that bubble and skip the really awkward diagonal dash. I kind of want to like actually get into that bubble, but you know, I did what would be necessary, but I didn't do it all the way. So very low. Yeah, about as low as I can comfortably get there. Just want to touch that bubble. I don't have to do the whole room like this. I just want to touch that bubble. Even though technically I've done everything necessary, I don't feel done. I should though. I really should just say I'm good. Like, I've done enough of this level. Why am I choosing to do more? Because it's there. There we go. Alright, you know what? I touched the bubble. Good enough for me. Hello, strawberry. Yeah, no. Here, I'll die once with the strawberry. There's that sound. Okay. Okay. This level is done. I could have saved there to save myself a little bit of, tiny bit of walking if I ever want to attempt that silver strawberry. Who do I think I'm talking about here? Imagine 50-year-old grizzled veteran Alex who's played like a bunch of Celeste maps much harder than this if he somehow takes that path through life. Come back 9 years later and do this? I mean, it's not strictly impossible, but I think it's unlikely. Okay, Drifting Deep is done, and I got all the strawberries in it, and I got, well, yeah, a lot of the deaths in it. 23 hours. Just short of 24. Need to go there and play for less than 2 more minutes, and I'll have a full day straight in that. Okay, so that concludes the yellows. Unless I want to redo Superluminary, which I kind of do, but not now. World Abyss. Stellar Odyssey, 74, Shattersong Summit, Ivory is in another category. It's the same color. I'm not sure how I feel about, like, there being 4 divisions here when there's normally 3. Just kind of like shoving an extra one in here. I guess it makes more sense than giving it those last 4 their own lobby. But it's weird. But also, I'm not going to argue for less granular difficulty measurements. I don't know, I guess all I wish is that the icon was a bit more distinct. Because it's really hard to tell the difference between red and what I call white. It's not even white, it's like pink. Because the white part turns pinkish. Off the chart. I don't remember World Abyss. I spent 18 minutes there, so there wasn't much to remember. I don't remember Stellar Odyssey. I spent 29 minutes there, so there should be more to remember. I remember 74, and I'm looking forward to giving it another try and hoping I can actually do it. I remember Shattersong, I'm really looking forward to that. I remember Summit, and I'm not looking forward to it. Oh no. So yeah, Summit being there. I know this is just alphabetical by... No, it's not. No, it's not alphabetical. Is it alphabetical by author or something? Anyway, I know in the difficulty divisions, these are not sorted by difficulty in the division. So it's coincidence that Drifting Deep ended at the end of, was at the end of the yellow list, and Summit is at the end of the red list. And I think everybody's opinion they relayed to me was that Pinball Purgatory was the hardest of the Beyond Reds. That's what I think I was always hearing. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do next time. But a threshold has been crossed. The yellows in Grandmaster are done. Yeah, it's been, what, a month and a half in here? In just Drifting Deep alone? Okay. If I would go back to the intermediate lobby, next up is Eat Girl, which has been waiting for a while and I have been wanting to do. So that's a likely choice, but it's just gonna depend on my mood. Maybe what I want to do first is just remind myself what the reds are. Of those, I only need World Abyss and Stellar Odyssey. Wasn't World Abyss, like... I think I remember that being something that I found extremely interesting and hoped to come back to. But I also think I'm mixing it up in my mind with Shattersong. Somehow those two occupy the same space in my brain. But I have no idea what Stellar Odyssey there. See, I see Stellar Odyssey, I see the Solar Express. Those two have mixed themselves up in my brain. I don't know. I don't even need to preview if I'm doing these in order still. Okay, so then there's the question, how far am I going? Of the reds, the ones I currently know to worry about are Summit and, to a much lesser extent, 74. Yeah, Summit is like 74 but way more, was my impression of it. Plus a bunch of other nonsense. 74 is climbing. Complicated climbing that maybe I can do now that I did Flipside Cliffside, which taught me a lot about that. Then the other three... I don't know. Do I remember all of the Beyond Reds? Ivory? I only saw part of the first room in it. High input density is what I remember about that. Back boosts? Ah, back boosts. I don't like those. Maybe I'll learn too, though. Pinball Purgatory was the most approachable one, from what I saw in it, though I suspect it gets less so as the level goes on. The Solar Express was the one that I just completely did not understand because apparently there was a technique I needed to do that I didn't do. Ah! And Nilumbo, I remember that was about delayed block boosts, I think. So now hang on, this reminds me of something. Where am I right now? So, how do I pan on this map like that? There's a gym right here, which teaches me techniques about how to do things, and if I forgot some in the Solar Express, it's possible there are others I've forgotten that I will need in World Abyss, I think is the next. So, regardless of whether I take an intermediate detour, I should probably also take a gym detour. I would take a peek at it just to remember the names of the techniques. Crouch dash, I would say I've mastered that as much as I understand it as much as I need to. Chained ultra, very simple. Grounded ultra. I think I remember how that works. Yeah, that's more or less it. It's not, my rhythm's not great, but that's kind of the technique. Corner kick, yep. Wall bounce leniency is weird, but I remember it. Dream double jump, yeah, when am I gonna have to do that? Cortec, that's what I need to know for Solar Express, I'm pretty sure. Which one was wall boost? I don't remember, so yes, I need a refresher. Back boost, yucky. Moon boost. Moon boost was fine, I don't have a problem with moon boost. Feather tech, is that what I did in this last level? Spike jump was weird. Super wave I hated. Reform tech... I forget. Okay, so, alright. I'm setting myself the task of returning to the gym prior to attempting any reds. But prior to that, I may go for some silvers a couple of lobbies ago. Alright, so next time probably vacation.